Hey pilots, Drainman here. Today we are going to go over the HGLRC F4 V6 Pro. This is a built-in flight controller, all-in-one. It's got tons of features and it also has a VTX. Stay tuned. Alright pilots, if you're going to give us a flight controller and you're going to throw in a VTX and then you are going to make it an all-in-one, I gotta check it out. So that's what we're doing here. We're gonna check this board out, see what we got. Let's do an unboxing. You've got a low ESR capacitor, we get a sticker pack, we get a VTX cable. Let's see what we got as far as that goes, if I can get this open. Alright, so this is a MMCX by SMA connector. Looks like we've got a buzzer, we've got the cap, we've got some screws to mount for the stack, we've got two harnesses, and we've got a wiring diagram. So first off, let's set our connectors to the side. Capacitor and buzzer we can set to the side. Our screws and stack we can set to the side. Let's go over this connector. So you're going to sell us a board and you're going to tell us that is an SMA female, but in reality it's an MMCX. This is an MMCX connecting board, but it's got an adapter, so we'll go ahead and say that it's SMA female, even though it's really not, you know. But hey, if you've got the adapter, you've got the adapter. I'm gonna go ahead and pop that in. Let's see. Yep. Oh, okay. Alright, so we got a pretty good hold, as you can see, so that's pretty nice. Alright, let's zoom in and take a look at the board. We're going to move this out of our way. Alright, so first thing guys is follow your arrow. If you're going to mount this board, you're going to mount it in this direction. We've got an MMCX connector. That means if you have an MMCX antenna, you can use it. You don't have to. You can run SMA if you'd like with this connector. But I feel like what they're doing here is you can use MMCX by UFL, you can use MMCX by RPSMA. I mean, you can do whatever you want. You don't have to be SMA. I mean, that's what they're telling us, but any which way. I did notice that they soldered this very well. There's 5 strong solder pins here holding this in. I am liking that. I do like that. Right off the bat, seeing that the sticker is coming off, I don't think that tells me that the quality is as of highest. We do have a quality check or quality control passed. I mean, that's got to stand for something, right? They took the time to put the sticker on. They did put the sticker on our microcontroller, and it is an F4 microcontroller. Right here we have our OSD. We've got 2 capacitors right by that. I'm not seeing any tantalum capacitors, unless some of these are, but these are just ceramic capacitors. I would have liked to have seen some of the really good ones, but that's alright. We've got our USB connector. This right here is our VTX button, so this is how you will control your VTX. The VTX that does come on this board is 25, 200, 400, and 600 milliwatts. So to get a flight controller with a built-in 600 watt VTX, I mean, that's not bad. And it is an all-in-one, so that means you connect your ground and your power, and then you are ready to connect up ESCs, single ESCs. Now, you can run this with a 4-in-1. I don't know that that's going to be the best way to go, because that's not really what this was designed for. You would have to do something sketch, like from the 4-in-1 solder the wires over to each signal. So it wouldn't be the cleanest way to go. If you're going to run a 4-in-1, I would not say this is the board for you. If you're going to run single ESCs, then you can roll with this. So we've got our OSD, LEDs. So ground power and signal, ground power and signal. We've got 4 of those. For our camera, we're going to go ahead and solder up our camera here. You've got negative. This is going to be your video inline. Look at that. I'm getting all distorted. This is going to be your negative camera, and 5 volt. The camera is your video in. You will not have to worry about a place to solder your VTX, because this has a built-in VTX. So we're not seeing any pads for that. To be honest, I would like to see some pads for that. I would like to see a pad so that if this VTX goes down, I can solder up my Unify Pro. You know, because what if this VTX goes down? Now I lose a flight controller and a VTX? I don't know how I feel about that. Our boot button is right here. What else do we have here? We've got our gyro here. It is a MPU 6000, so I like that. It's a good flight, a very good gyro. We have current sensing right here, as you can see. We've got a couple regulators. So here we can go ahead and go over our connectors. Let's go over our connecting pins. So for this one here, this is going to be for your receiver. So you will connect your receiver in here, and then you'll have RX1. You'll have a 3.3 volt if you're running Spectrum or something like that. Then you'll have a ground 5 volt S bus for your serial based Frsky, and then you have a PPM. Now over here is where you're going to connect for other stuff. So you have TX, RX, you have a ground, 5 volt, BB minus, and LED. So what that means for the 5 volt and the ground here, you're going to connect your buzzer. Keep in mind that the buzzer would just be on all the time if you didn't give a way to control it. So that's what they do with the ground. Whenever you're sensing for your buzzer, it gives a ground and allows your buzzer to kick in and actually work. So we've got a switching regulator here. Alright guys, so on board we have a black box flash. That is going to give us 16 megabytes of storage. Your input voltage is 2 to 6S, so you can run 6S if you'd like to. The maximum current for this board is 200 amps. They're claiming 200 amps. 48 channel VTX. The flight controller is the STM32. It's pretty common. Other than that, I don't know how I feel about this. I mean, it's if my VTX goes down, that means I'm screwed. I got nothing. I don't really care for that. Alright pilots, so summing this board up, we've got a built-in VTX, we've got our indicator to know what channel we're on. I'm going to have to go ahead and say I'm not a big fan of the idea of having my VTX built into my flight controller. For some guys, that's an absolute awesome thing to do because you solder this up and your VTX is already taken care of. Me personally, I'd like to play with my VTX. I'd like to put a different one if I want to, turn my power up past 600 if I can. I would like to, if it breaks, pull it off. If I need to place it in a better place because it's getting too hot. You know, I want to have some options with my VTX, so I don't know that this would be right for me, but it might be right for you, and I'll see you on the next one.